that is ISIS is coming out, or ISIL, or whatever they're calling it now. They're coming out with a new currency. I don't know if you saw that, Vic. It is a gold-backed currency. They're coming out with gold coins. ISIS has got its own currency. Imagine that. W1WCR and LibertyNet at WGM.
So ISIS is minting a gold coin?
Yes, they are. And that's one of the things, Vic, that I think that the vast majority of people that are against the United States, they realize that the United States military is used as the enforcement arm of the World Bank and the Fed. The Fed is the problem around the world. They are financing all of the terrorism and all of the other stuff going on around the world. The people that own the Fed are also financing the terrorism and the drug running and all this other stuff. So, ISIS is actually, and Russia, for example, Russia is coming out with their gold currency. They're preferring gold for payment for oil, as is several other countries around the world. And these very same countries are now coming under attack from the U.S., saying that we're going to have economic sanctions against, say, North Korea or Venezuela, because they don't want U.S. dollars. And that's what it's all about. It's all about the love of money, Vic. The love of money is the root of all evil. The Bible says that, and it is absolute truth. W1WCR and 8WGM.
Yes, but if they trade oil for gold, there won't be any third-party risk, and the banks can't be involved.
Exactly, Vic, and that's why Bernard von Nothaus, is in jail right now, because he was proposing a way around having the banksters in our back pocket. So they wanted this guy in jail in the worst way. He had to have an example made of. Vic, it's sort of like just before April 15th, the dreaded IRS day, when taxes are due, and they always come out with celebrity tax cheats. One year it was Willie Nelson, then it was Wesley Snipes, then it was whoever. And, every year somebody new. They do this every time. They come out with these celebrity tax cheats, they call them. Celebrity tax cheats. Wesley Snipes goes to jail for 5 years because he failed to pay his taxes. They say Robin Williams killed himself because, he didn't pay his taxes. Whatever they say. But it's funny to watch this. But every year they come out with a new celebrity that owes money to the IRS, and they end up trying to get them. W1WCR and 8WGM.
Well, terrorist propaganda is the best way to browbeat people into paying their taxes. So they got to make examples of these people. They don't exactly flog them in public, but they certainly berate them and they imprison them.
Yeah, they do that, and Vic, I'm of the opinion that not only is Obama scare the number one terrorist attack on the U.S. economy, but also that people are more afraid of the IRS than they are of Ebola, and they are of terrorist attacks, and of nuclear war. They are more afraid of the IRS than just about anything. They don't want to get a letter from the IRS. I hear people that say, I'm just going to pay my taxes and, okay, the IRS wants $100 million from me, that's fine. I'll pay them so they get off my back. I mean, it's ridiculous. People are afraid to fight the IRS. And the IRS has been, again, we've got this IRS scandal. All of a sudden, you don't hear anything about it. But that was the big story before Ebola. That was the big story before Benghazi and all this other stuff. I mean, we knew that the IRS was being used as a political weapon. And so that's the number one reason why the IRS should be done away with. We need to get the Fed out of our lives. We need to shut down the Fed. We need to arrest the officers of the Federal Reserve because they are involved in high-stakes extortion. They are extorting money from the American people, and we need to end it. only way that the American economy is going to survive, and that is we need to throw off this gigantic monkey on our back. And I'm not talking about Obama. I'm talking about the Federal Reserve and their enforcement on the IRS. W1WCR and 8WGM.
Okay, very good. I guess we're creating a bit of confusion here. My monkey is Obama, and apparently your monkey is the IRS.
Well, you know, Vic, we can have many monkeys, and Nissa mentioned about sea monkey. I see people saying that every time they walk by the White House. Over?
Yes, I use sea monkey here, and for me it's okay. I think it's maybe a little bit more hack-proof than some of the others, but who knows? But yes, my monkey is Obama, definitely. But we'll try to keep these monkeys separate, each to their own category. Over.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Vic, if you're not careful, these monkeys will reproduce. And it seems that your monkey didn't have the ability to reproduce with Michael. No, I'm sorry, Michelle. No, Michael. So they rented a couple of daughters, and your monkey also is also he likes to attend gay bathhouses in Chicago, but my monkey finances those gay bathhouses and your monkey in the White House. W1WCR and 8WGM.
Yes, I'm glad you clarified that because I didn't want to spread confusion on the Liberty Net. Over.
Yeah, we can't be too confused about this. There are many monkeys, but the monkey in the White House is far different than the monkey that's on our back, which is the IRS. The IRS consists of many monkeys. It's a Borg of monkeys, whereas your monkey is just one evil bastard. W1WCR and 8WGM.
Yes, what I'm afraid of is that the U.S. government is developing into a monkey jungle.
Yeah, it is. It's a jungle out there, and this federal government of ours has just gotten way out of hand. And my hat's off to the people that are talking about the situation down in Texas. Vic, I don't know if you saw this or not, but Texas is now going to be passing a law, they're trying to anyway, to totally negate any of the federal firearms laws. The saying, don't mess with Texas. I might end up moving down to Texas. That sounds like a pretty good area to be. It looks like there's a few people down there that have their heads screwed on straight, and we need to take Texas over and have it, a bastion of freedom. I agree with a lot of things they're doing, especially where they're only keeping the Texas legislature. They meet every other year, and only for a very short time, because they realize they don't need any more laws. And I agree with that 100%. W1WCR and 8WGM.
Yes, the Free Staters ought to be showing interest in Texas. The two leading states for being Free Staters, I guess, are New Hampshire and Wyoming. But Texas would be a real crown jewel.
Yeah, if we can, Texas is a different situation altogether. They have the grid, the power grid in Texas is totally off-grid to the other grids in the United States. Did you know that? Over?
No, I didn't realize it, but I guess if you're not interconnected with the rest of the country, you can't be brought down by a network failure.
Yeah, they're very wise down there. As a matter of fact, Texas is also the only state that, when it entered the Union, reserved the right to be able to get away from it. And actually, Texas is not technically a state; it's a republic. And like I said, they reserved the right to get away from the U.S. if they needed.
Yes, that's a handy way to govern a state. I wonder if other states could adopt Texan law to that extent.
I don't don't know, Vic, but I'll say this. There's been an awful lot of people that are moving down there. I mean, look at Alex Jones is down in Texas. John Stattenmiller, of course, moved down to Texas from Michigan. He had to because he ended up screwing Mark from Michigan royally, stabbed him in the back, and they wanted him dead up in Michigan. Mark from Michigan, of course, is Mark Kornke, and he ended up going to jail because of John Stattenmiller, supposedly. So, but there's an awful lot of people, even Glenn Beck, I guess, moved down to Texas, and there's an awful lot of people that are moving down there that there's a lot of advantages. The weather, the political climate, less taxes. My hat's off to the Texan people. They know their stuff, and I agree with them. There's an awful lot going for Texas. Over.
Yes, and then the oil boom is raging today in Texas with the shale discoveries.
Yeah, that's happening also in Ohio. But you know, Vic, I'm hearing stories that the amount of oil and natural gas that's available has been vastly overstated. And from what I'm told, there's a political reason for it, and that is because they want the rest of the world to think, and this is what I've been hearing, they want the rest of the world to think that the United States is a major player in the oil and natural gas market. And they want to knock the prices down because of this economic war we're having with Russia right now. They want Russia and the rest of the world to think that the United States is the number one energy producer in the world, far greater than any other country on earth. Now, it may be true, but I believe that this fracking may or may not be the answer. It sounds as if they have been vastly over-reporting the amount of oil and natural gas and all this other stuff they're getting out of these wells. Also, with the drop of the price of oil, fracking and oil drilling is becoming less and less an option. As a matter of fact, in Ohio, Vic, they are now not purchasing oil, contracts. They're not, we're selling